Durk's fans called for NBA YoungBoy head during his own concert. This wasn't just some random ranting. It all started with a viral video of NBA YoungBoy allegedly making out with Durk's girlfriend. This beef is deeper than anything on the timeline. And we've got the tea. The viral cap and concert madness. The streets of the internet went absolutely crazy in mid-October 2025 with claims about some wild footage showing NBA YoungBoy getting close with Lil Durk's man, pulling over 170,000 views across X and YouTube like wildfire. The phrase straight up dominated the timeline, with folks desperately searching for the alleged footage that was supposed to expose another wild chapter in one of the game's most heated rivalries between NBA YoungBoy, real name Kentrell Deshaun Golden, out of Baton Rouge, and Lil Durk, born Dirk Derek Banks, straight out of Chicago, whose static has been brewing for nearly half a decade with devastating consequences, including bodies dropping, federal indictments, and whole tour dates getting canceled. The primary viral clip wasn't even real footage of NBA YoungBoy with India Royale, who have been rocking with Lil Durk on and off since 2019. The most circulated clip stacked over 1,000 likes and 169,000 views on October 16, 2025, showing some comedy skit about a dude who CPP'd backstage passes for his girl to catch an NBA YoungBoy show, only for Shorty to send him the most disrespectful text message suggesting she was caught up in the vibes or possibly even with the artist himself. The video played off NBA YoungBoy's ongoing massive tour that kicked off September 2025, plus his well-documented smoke with Lil Durk to create straight engagement bait. Folks across the socials kept reposting with captions designed to get reactions like, "Damn, this man got his girl backstage passes to see NBA YoungBoy, and she sent him this," throwing in the crying and skull emojis to really emphasize the supposed violation. One post by Daily Loud pulled 1 out of 100 likes and 172,000 views, showing the girlfriend character texting mad dismissive while NBA YoungBoy's tracks bumped in the background, framing it as relationship heartbreak comedy while simultaneously playing into YoungBoy's reputation as somebody who could pull anybody's girl. The meme hit different because it tapped into multiple things at once: the ongoing beef, the tour bringing YoungBoy back into everybody's consciousness after his legal drama, and that whole relationship betrayal, humor that stays getting engagement across all demographics. Searches for NBA YoungBoy India Royale concert footage came up completely empty, confirming zero legitimate footage exists of any interaction between NBA YoungBoy and India Royale at any venue during October 2025 or literally any other time period. The algorithm don't care about facts, though. It prioritizes engagement over accuracy, letting misleading content blow up through trending keywords, provocative captions, and association with high-profile beef that already commands serious attention from the culture. The meme basically implied even Lil Durk's own girl would hypothetically switch up for NBA YoungBoy, touching on sensitive parts of the beef that have included personal shots at romantic partners, family members, and deceased homies, making it feel plausible enough to generate serious engagement despite being straight fiction. Real concert footage from YoungBoy's September 30th, 2025 New Jersey show captured actual chaos when a fan started yelling "free Smirk" and sparked a whole brawl with YoungBoy's crew, including Lou Tim, who's connected to King Von's death back in November 2020. The YouTube video fight erupts at NBA YoungBoy concert. Tim and YB's Team Jump fan yelling "free Smirk" pulled over 500,000 views, showing the real street violence that still surrounds this beef. Hollering "free Smirk" at an NBA YoungBoy concert was straight-up disrespectful provocation, given the documented animosity between these rappers. The fans' decision to vocally rep for Durk at a YoungBoy show demonstrated how deep this beef has penetrated fan culture, creating tribal energy where concert-goers feel they got to declare their allegiance even in potentially dangerous situations where they could catch a serious fade. NBA YoungBoy's September 7th, 2025 Houston concert featured the rapper ending his set with explicit disses aimed straight at Lil Durk, captured in a YouTube short that went viral among fans documenting every moment of the tour looking for evidence of ongoing hostilities. The Chicago concert scheduled for September 24, 2025 at the United Center got completely canceled due to safety concerns directly tied to the beef, with officials determining the risk of bodies dropping was too substantial to let the show go down in Durk's own city. The cancellation represented serious bread lost, but the potential for deadly violence outweighed commercial considerations given Chicago's already high levels of gun violence that could intersect with rap beef in catastrophic ways. King Von's sister, Kayla B., put out a public plea urging fans to avoid crash behavior over the drama. Between NBA YoungBoy and Lil Durk, recognizing the beef already took her brother's life and threatened to create more casualties among young folks who might feel compelled to get involved in conflicts they don't fully understand. NBA YoungBoy's October 16, 2025 Atlanta performance featured the full performance of I Hate YoungBoy. His 2022 diss track going at Lil Durk, India Royale, King Von, Gucci Mane, and Lil Baby, with Lil Tim joining him on stage in a highly provocative move given Tim's connection to Van's death. The crowd went crazy chanting the lyrics, dissing Durk, Von, and everybody else, demonstrating YoungBoy's ability to get his fan base turned up in support of his beef. The simultaneous album drops in May 2023 of Lil Durk's Almost Healed and NBA YoungBoy's Richest OP showed how the beef evolved into commercial competition, where chart positions became proxy battles for street credibility and who really runs the culture. The title Richest Op explicitly referenced NBA YoungBoy positioning himself as the wealthiest opposition, claiming he's Durk's primary rival while simultaneously flexing superior paper. A common flex in hip-hop, where bag achievement serves as both personal validation and ammunition in competitive disputes. NBA YoungBoy's previous declarations about avoiding static and focusing on growth were referenced as evidence of his pattern of making public commitments to change that he subsequently abandons. A cycle familiar to anybody who's been watching his career trajectory closely. The deep history of smoke and bloodshed. The origins of the NBA YoungBoy and Lil Durk beef trace back to 2017, when early tension emerged through subtle dices and competitive dynamics between rising stars, with YoungBoy repping Baton Rouge's street rap and Durk holding down Chicago's drill movement. Two regional styles creating natural friction as both competed for streaming dominance, critical props, and industry influence. The beef intensified dramatically following the November 6, 2020 shooting death of King Von, born Devin Daquan Bennett, a 26-year-old Chicago rapper affiliated with Lil Durk's Only the Family collective, who got fatally shot outside the Monaco Hookah Lounge in Atlanta during a confrontation between his crew and another set associated with rapper Quando Rondo and NBA YoungBoy. The whole situation unfolded mad quick in the early morning hours, starting around 2:03 a.m. when King Von and his peoples, including his manager, Mark Blakely, left the Opium nightclub and rolled up to the Monaco Hookah Lounge at 255 Trinity Avenue Southwest in Atlanta, where they ran into Quando Rondo's crew. In the parking lot, an argument jumped off at approximately 3:20 a.m., quickly turning physical as reports indicated King Von or his homies approached Quando Rondo aggressively. Shots rang out between 3:21 and 3:25 a.m., with King Von catching multiple hits, with reports varying from 4 to 6 gunshot wounds during the exchange. Video footage captured the chaotic scene, showing a scuffle before shots, people dropping, and Von being helped into a whip. Two off-duty Atlanta Police Department officers working security and one on-duty officer responded between 3:25 and 3:30 a.m., confronting shooters at two locations and letting off shots to stop the violence. 3 victims, including King Von, bounced in private vehicles to hospitals, with Von taken to Grady Memorial Hospital, while 3 other wounded individuals stayed at the scene. King Von was pronounced dead at Grady between 4 o'clock and 5 a.m. from multiple gunshot wounds, while Mark Mayhem Blakely, age 34, also died from gunshot wounds. Atlanta police announced Van's death on November 7, 2020, clarifying he wasn't shot by police, despite early rumors. Timothy Lou Tim Leaks, age 22, an associate of Wendo Rondo, got arrested at Grady Hospital while receiving treatment for a gunshot wound he caught, facing charges of felony murder, aggravated assault, and possession of a pole by a convicted felon. The investigation revealed through ballistics that King Von got hit during the initial shootout, not by police. Video evidence and witness statements identified Leaks as Van's shooter, though Leaks claimed self-defense, alleging Van's crew initiated the aggression. In 2021, a judge dropped the felony murder charge against Leaks after ruling self-defense, citing insufficient evidence of malice. In October 2024, Lil Durk got federally charged with orchestrating a murder for hire plot against Wendo Rondo in retaliation for King Van's death, with the plot resulting in Rondo's cousin getting killed during a 2022 shooting in Los Angeles. Durk and only the family members got knocked, facing potential life bids. The King Von shooting amplified the Lil Durk NBA YoungBoy beef exponentially, with Wendo Rondo's close ties to NBA YoungBoy, creating a direct connection between the deadly incident and the ongoing static. While NBA YoungBoy wasn't present and had no direct involvement, his association with Wendo Rondo made the incident relevant to existing tensions, transforming competitive rap beef into something far more serious, with deadly real-world implications. The timeline of diss tracks escalated significantly in January 2022 when YoungBoy dropped Bring the Hook, referencing King Von's death, with bars stating, "I'ma kill you, you messed up my image," and throwing shade at Durk's O-Block crew. Durk responded on the gram with a photo of King Von, captioning, "Don't claim it if you ain't do it, you still a coward." On February 22, 2022, Lil Durk released Aha High from his joint 7220, a direct response to Bring the Hook, with bars like, "People acting like they really like that since my homie died," referencing Von, plus shots at NBA YoungBoy's ex Jania Meshel. That same day, NBA YoungBoy dropped I Hate YoungBoy from the last Slametto, providing an immediate clap back to a hey with attacks on Durk, spitting "Coward, disrespecting me. Mad about his dead homie," referencing India Royale with "He called me a coward, that's India, that beer woman," plus disses aimed at King Von, Gucci Mane, and Lil Baby. The track pulled over 100 million streams, cementing its place as one of the most significant modern disc records. The social media dimension extended beyond music to Twitter rants, where NBA YoungBoy went at Lil Durk, India Royale, and DJ Academics, who covered the beef. DJ Academics responded with disappointment, stating it was sad to see NBA YoungBoy resort to going at him to sell units, expressing hurt that an artist he championed would switch up on him. The specific threat, "I'll kill you and mind your little fat business," represented significant escalation in NBA YoungBoy's rhetoric, demonstrating his volatile temperament when perceiving disrespect in media coverage. On May 12, 2023, NBA YoungBoy dropped Fuck the Industry Pant 2 from his tape Richa Stop, featuring shots at Durk through Drake with bars. "Talked to Drake across FaceTime. He wasn't feeling me. Told me that he rocks with dirt," escalating tensions over perceived industry alliances. 21. Savage weighed in during DJ Academics Off Their Ord podcast, discussing whether artists would collaborate with NBA YoungBoy if they kept it solid with Lil Durk. In his words, "That's because everybody, you know why the thing is like that? It's darn near sides. You got him and Wendo, and a lot of people associate with Durk." 21. Savage explained the beef created a situation where artists felt pressured to pick sides, with many rappers staying loyal to Lil Durk due to his connects, reputation, and circumstances surrounding King Von's death. India Royale, Lil Durk's main since 2019, who Durk proposed to on stage during a 2021 Chicago show, became directly involved when NBA YoungBoy threw shade at her in I Hate YoungBoy with "Heel called me a coward, that's India, that beer woman." In May 2024, India Royale clapped back at NBA YoungBoy on Twitter over his relationship drama. The comprehensive breakdown details how India Royale has been repeatedly mentioned in diss tracks and social media exchanges, making her a recurring figure despite attempts to maintain distance from the most volatile aspects of the static. Current status, industry impact, and unresolved smoke. The beef between NBA YoungBoy and Lil Durk stays active as of October 2025, with NBA YoungBoy's September sold out Chicago concert at the United Center canceled due to safety concerns directly related to the ongoing smoke, representing serious bread loss estimated in hundreds of thousands when accounting for ticket sales, merch revenue, and ancillary income. The cancellation highlighted how the beef has transcended music industry competition to create genuine public safety concerns, forcing venues, promoters, and law enforcement to make tough calls about concerts proceeding without risking bodies dropping. In October 2025, NBA YoungBoy brought LOL Tim on stage during his Houston show. A highly provocative move, given Tim remains the individual most closely associated with King Von's death despite being cleared of charges on self-defense grounds, and performed diss tracks aimed straight at Lil Durk, Lil Baby, and other Chicago and Atlanta rappers. The decision to platform Lil Tim represented one of NBA YoungBoy's most inflammatory actions, guaranteed to have Lil Durk supporters and family members hot, given they view Tim as responsible for Von's death regardless of legal determinations. Leaked snippets of new NBA YoungBoy music in late 2025 reignited discussions about the beef, with DJ Academics and No Jumper reporting no reconciliation appeared imminent, and both artists remained committed to keeping the static going despite mounting costs and canceled shows, legal drama, and constant threat of additional violence. The persistence of the beef years after it jumped off demonstrated how difficult it becomes to squash conflicts once they reach certain intensity and public visibility. With both artists potentially feeling trapped by fan expectations, street codes, and commercial reality that beef generates attention, competitive dynamics between NBA YoungBoy and Lil Durk's album drops became focal points for observers, tracking the beef with speculation about which artist would achieve superior first-week numbers, serving as proxy for assessing relative commercial power and who really got the culture locked. Media personalities making sales predictions acknowledged speculative nature while offering opinions based on intangible factors like perceived momentum, media coverage, and observations about which artists dominated cultural conversations. Speculation about label involvement in sales manipulation highlighted reality that first-week numbers often reflect not just organic fan support, but strategic purchases by labels seeking to create appearance of commercial dominance for marketing purposes. NBA YoungBoy's typical album sales of 65,000 to 75,000 units represents solid commercial performance, particularly given his prolific release schedule, seeing him dropping multiple projects per year, demonstrating loyalty and engagement of his core fan base. From the label's perspective, NBA YoungBoy's ability to consistently generate sales across frequent drops makes him extremely valuable despite individual album sales not reaching highest tiers achieved by less prolific artists. The generational divide became particularly apparent in discussions of NBA YoungBoy, with younger listeners connecting strongly with his music, while older heads struggled to understand his appeal. The tension between street codes demanding absolute loyalty and business realities rewarding flexibility creates ongoing conflicts for artists navigating hip-hop's commercial landscape while maintaining credibility, with audiences valuing authenticity and keeping it real. The example of artists appearing on both Drake's Certified Lover Boy and Kanye West's DA. Despite tensions between those artists, demonstrated hip-hop industry norms allow strategic neutrality in certain beefs, particularly those driven primarily by ego and commercial competition rather than street conflicts involving violence. Lil Durk's current federal charges include conspiracy to commit murder for hire, use of interstate facilities to commit murder for hire, resulting in death, and using, carrying, and discharging straps, including machines stemming from August 2022 shooting at Los Angeles gas station that killed Quando Rondo's cousin Sava Robinson while targeting Rondo in retaliation for King Von's death. Prosecutors alleged Durk offered $50,000 through only the family associates to carry out the hit, with FIVF members getting knocked and charged. Durk got arrested October 24, 2024 at Opa-locka Airport in Florida, while allegedly attempting to flee to Italy on a private Jet, with authorities characterizing his attempted departure as evidence of flight risk, justifying denying bond, and keeping him locked at Metropolitan Detention Center in Los Angeles. Multiple superseding indictments have added charges, including stalking, while dropping others like references to song lyrics as evidence. With the case evolving throughout 2025, as prosecutors and defense attorneys engage in pretrial motions ahead of trial scheduled for January 2026 after multiple delays, prosecutors cited jail violations, including possessing a cellular-enabled Apple Watch in August 2025 that he allegedly attempted to destroy when discovered. Recent developments include defense motions to dismiss, arguing prosecutors misled the grand jury, requests for anonymous jury due to threats against court officials, including calls stating, "Free Durk or we going to shoot it up," and concerns about fan-related intimidation, compromising judicial process integrity. If convicted on all charges, Lil Durk faces potential life behind bars without possibility of parole, though extreme scenarios could theoretically include the death penalty, depending on how prosecutors frame charges. The case underscores how rap beefs evolve from musical competition and social media posting into federal criminal conspiracies involving interstate commerce, firearms trafficking, and contract killings, with artists facing possibility of spending their entire remaining lives locked up for retaliatory violence connected to disputes often beginning with relatively minor disrespect. The broader impact includes concert cancellations costing hundreds of thousands in lost bread, restrictions on where artists can safely perform, limitations on collaborative opportunities as artists feel pressured to pick sides, and perpetuation of violence cycles claiming lives and devastating families while generating content for social media and streaming platforms. Critics argue the beef represents more than entertainment, serving as cautionary tale about how street politics, artistic competition, and social media amplification combine to create genuinely dangerous situations, where the line between performance and reality becomes fatally blurred. The involvement of media platforms, fan communities, and algorithmic content distribution in amplifying rap beefs raises ethical questions about responsibility and complicity, with some arguing platforms profit from content inciting violence and perpetuating harmful stereotypes, while others maintain artists bear primary responsibility. The viral nature of fabricated girlfriend after concert video demonstrates how easily misinformation spreads in environments where engagement metrics matter more than accuracy. NBA YoungBoy's moms addressed the Chicago concert cancellation, expressing concern about her son's safety while acknowledging legitimate fears motivating venue management to call off the show rather than risk bodies dropping if violence erupted between opposing fan factions. As of October 22, 2025, no credible footage exists of NBA YoungBoy linking up with India Royale after any concert, with the viral girlfriend video remaining a meme exploiting the beef for engagement rather than documenting actual encounters. The persistence of narrative despite absence of supporting evidence demonstrates how hip-hop's gossip economy operates on speculation, innuendo, and strategic ambiguity rather than rigorous factual reporting. The future remains uncertain, with possibilities ranging from continued escalation, potentially resulting in additional casualties, strategic de-escalation motivated by legal consequences and financial costs, or indefinite stalemate where both artists avoid direct interaction while maintaining rhetorical hostility. Federal law enforcement involvement in pursuing charges against Lil Durk suggests authorities increasingly view rap beefs as serious criminal conspiracies worthy of significant resources rather than merely artistic expression, potentially creating deterrent effects, discouraging other artists from allowing beefs to evolve into violent retaliatory actions. The case serves as a sobering reminder that words have consequences. Social media amplifies conflicts beyond participants' control, and entertainment value of rap beef often comes at tremendous human costs, including bodies dropping, incarcerations, traumatized families, and communities plagued by violence extending far beyond individual artists, whose conflicts provide catalyst for broader disorder. Whether the hip-hop community can develop healthier mechanisms for channeling competitive energy and squashing disputes without violence remains an open question that will significantly impact the genre's future trajectory and its relationship with mainstream culture, law enforcement, and young audiences who consume rap music and model behavior on artists they admired. Kentrell Deshaun Golden, better known as NBA YoungBoy or YoungBoy Never Broke Again, came straight out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Born October 20th, 1999. Growing up in one of the most dangerous cities in America, YoungBoy had it rough from day one. His pops got locked up for 55 years when he was young. His grandmother raised him, and he dropped out of school in 9th grade to focus on music while dealing with street life. He broke his neck as a toddler in a wrestling accident, and that injury required him to wear a head brace temporarily, leaving him with permanent scars. By his teenage years, YoungBoy was already catching cases. Robbery charges at 16 led to time in a detention center where he started taking music seriously. What makes YoungBoy different is his absolutely insane work ethic. This man drops music like nobody else in the game. Multiple mixtapes and albums per year, constantly flooding streaming platforms with new content. His sound blends melodic hooks with raw street tales delivered with an emotional intensity that connects deeply with younger audiences who see their own struggles reflected in his music. Despite spending time on house arrest from 2021 to 2023 fighting federal gun charges, YoungBoy still managed to top charts and maintain his streaming dominance. He's known for keeping a tight circle, staying independent-minded, even when signed to Atlantic Records, and maintaining his street reputation while building a massive commercial empire. His fan base, often called YB Better Trolls Online, is arguably the most dedicated and aggressive in hip-hop. Durk Derek Banks, known professionally as Lil Durk, represents Chicago's South Side. Born October 19, 1992 in the notorious Englewood neighborhood. Growing up in the trenches of Chicago during the height of gang violence, Durk lost his father to life in prison when he was just 7 months old. He started taking music seriously as a teenager, using rap as a way out of the streets while still maintaining deep connections to his neighborhood and the family collective he built with childhood friends. Durk's come-up was gradual but authentic. He started with local mixtapes, building a following through Chicago's drill scene before signing with Def Jam in 2013. Unlike YoungBoy's prolific output, Durk takes a more measured approach, carefully crafting albums that blend street narratives with mainstream appeal. His signature melodic auto-tune delivery helped define the modern drill sound that influenced a whole generation. What sets Durk apart is his loyalty. He's consistently represented for his fallen friends, particularly King Von, who was like a brother to him and a rising star in their F movement before his 2020 death. Durk's achieved mainstream success with hits like Laugh Now Cry Later with Drake and his Grammy-nominated work. But he's never left the streets behind, which is both his strength and, as his current federal charges show, potentially his downfall. His music documents real pain, real loss, and real consequences in a way that resonates with anyone who's experienced similar trauma. These two artists, both successful, both talented, both products of America's most violent environments, were destined to collide. And when they did, the results would be catastrophic. Thanks for watching. Check out other cards on the screen.